Good afternoon, Keepers of the Cash. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy here. And we are here today, guys, with NCBD comic book haul and some thrift store buys and one Amazon order and a book I picked up from Rhinos. So we got quite a bit going on. We're going to get right to the books. We're not going to keep you guys here a long time. So very, very light week at the LCS for me for a pickup, just a couple books. So we have Danger Street, and this is book 9. So pick this up. I may get the second cover too, but I don't want to pay the extra money, but really cool cover there. I like that one. So we picked up that. I'm really hoping this wraps up in the next couple months because I want to read it. Then we have Werewolf by Night, issue 1. This is the variant edition. Just love this one with Elsa Bloodstone and Jack Russell on it. So really cool. Then Werewolf by Night, issue 1 again. This is, I believe, the A cover. So another cool one. Love the red, and just, I'm a werewolf guy. So when it comes to horror, and you got to pick werewolves or vampires, I'm always werewolf. Werewolves are my thing. What If, Dark Spider-Gwen. I heard this is a great story. I think my LCS still has the first printing. I have to grab it. I accidentally grabbed the second printing, but no big deal. I get to read the story, so that's all good for me. And I hear this is a really, really good read. So I grabbed it on the recommendation of my buddy Mike Costco. Then we have issue number 3 of Captain Marvel, Dark Tempest. And I can't wait for the next 2 issues because I really want to dive into this, but I want to read it all in one sitting and just soak it in. But this cover really intrigues. I love this cover the most. This cover is great. A lot of menace on it. Carol looking like she's had enough. And, you know, once Carol gets to this point, what happens to the people after that is not good for them. Once you push her too far, it's all over for you. Then we had a book purchase I got off Amazon, The Siege of the Black Citadel. And this is from a Switzerland company. And it's a Conan novel. So over there, Conan is copyright free. So he's in the public domain. This is written by Chuck Dixon. And I couldn't wait to get a hold of this because Chuck Dixon wrote a lot of great Conan tales. I don't care about his views politically or what he's doing. I just care about him as a writer. Everyone else can decide if they like him or not like him based on that. As for me, he writes a good Conan tale, so I'm buying it. What has been reviewed as a good Conan tale. So can't wait to dig into this. And then I picked this up. These are thrift store buys. So Nolan Ryan. I picked this up for a friend. It's going in an A-OK with a Wayne Gretzky book I have for him. So a couple of sports comics. This is just to add to my cult collection. I already have these, but again, I paid $1 for the Nolan Ryan, $1 for these. So we've Call the Conqueror, issue 20. This was actually a Whatnot purchase. So I paid $1 for that on Whatnot. $1 for this on Whatnot. And I had already got to the free shipping part, so it was no big deal to pick them up for $1. And just add it to the culls. I already have those issues, but if I can get Cull for $1, I'm buying Cull for $1. This was a Rhinos purchase, so this is part 2 of Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow. I have a bid in on part 1 right now, and I'm going to read this 2-parter based on a recommendation of my buddy Joe from over at Anachronic Comics. He talked about this book to me a few times, and he really convinced me on his last appearance on the 10-1-1 when he just spoke about it with such passion and caring that I just knew I had to read this book and have a discussion with Joe about it after. This is one of those books I pick up every time I see it. I don't know why. I just love it. It's kitschy. It's funny. It's nostalgic. And this is Robotics, issue number 1. So this I got from the thrift store for $1.25. This I got from the thrift store for $1.25. Now I have the Marvel team up of this story, but I didn't know that they had reprinted it in Marvel Tales, and I like this cover too, and I'll take the reprint as well just because I collect Carol Danvers, and it's a Carol Danvers cover I didn't have with a story that's really fun with her and Spidey. I have issue 1 of this. I didn't have issue 2. This was a 2-parter, but I had the embossed issue or the gold foil or whatever the hell it's called. So this is Predator versus Magnus Robot Fighter, issue 1, Barry Windsor Smith art. And this was a two-parter. So here is part 2. Again, $1.25 each. And I also have from previously, I have the really cool edition of that. This is a free comic book day book that I just picked up for $1, just because of some of the properties that are on this. So you have Trick or Treat, you have Pacific Rim, you got a new property there. So things that it might be a potential first appearance somewhere, I don't know, but I grabbed it just for fun. This I must have 6 copies of. This is just one of those series that isn't worth any money, but just me personally, I love it. And this is Force Works #1. And it is hard to get a near mint copy of this first issue because this poster is always chipped up, folded out. This was near mint, paid $1.25, and super happy to have it. Then I have this one, but it's a cool cover, and I absolutely love this 50-issue run of Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel #6. And this run was great. I mean, it was such a pleasure to read. What a really great run. And whenever I see these books cheap, I pick them up again. Then issue 1 of Amethyst, 1 of 12. This is a 12-issue series I need to get. So I have the first issue. Again, it's not expensive. I'll put it together at some point. But figured I saw a minty copy of one, so I figured I'd grab it. And then last at the thrift store, this one's a little dirty, but it's a big issue, and it just spoke to me. This is DC Superstars of Space #2, an old 50 center. You have Adam Strange, Hawkman, Gardner Grail, who I didn't ever heard of, and Lyle Space Commando, who I've never heard of. And just a fun cover. A little reminiscent of the Avengers Annual 10 with how it's set up. But it speaks to me, so I had to grab it. Again, this is like a double-size issue, and I paid $1.25 for it. So can't go wrong. Some good old books. But let me know what you guys think. You think I got a good haul there? You see some books that you haven't seen before, ones that you really like? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time on my channel. And until next time, keep it casual.